you always have people that buy into the concept immediately and others that don't. And so the process for us has been one of influencing, trying to get the business to see the benefit thereof, and always looking at the business reason, because that's the most easiest way to influence is if you can show a business rationale why it is that this is so critical for us. And typically, if you look at sustainable development, if sometimes business is all about risk management, it's just you can't deny the fact you need to look at the environment in order to ensure that you manage this business far more effectively from a risk perspective. I think the environmental challenges would be unique to each business, depending on the business positioning, what they have to offer to their clients, and what role they play within communities and society as a whole. Certainly from a Santam perspective, the environmental space, as I said earlier on, is very critical for us because we insure assets. And we also realize that we even though we need to understand this environmental space and we need to understand the climatical risk that has impact on Santam's business, we've also realized that once you know that, you need to partner in order to mitigate and create certain adaptation practices within the organization, as well as influence stakeholders externally. There's some really good initiatives out there. Certainly from a Santam perspective, how we've realized that in order for us to reduce our risks from a climatical perspective, we need to partner up and conduct proper research. So we've just probably about a year ago embarked upon a piece of research with CSIR and UCT to specifically look at a particular area within the Eden district, and the idea was to understand why it is there was so increase of flooding happening within that district, and what was the causes thereof. If I look at it from a Santam perspective, we look at our Municheries and our Swisseries. They've been doing some amazing work internationally, and so in fact when we started our ecocentric journey, we had a conference in 2009 and we invited them here with a lot of the academia around South Africa to come and hear firsthand from these organizations the good stuff they've been doing, and obviously trying to get as much learnings from them so that we don't make the same mistakes and we can increase our progress. If we're going to reduce the ills that are facing our society in South Africa as it stands, and from a business perspective, we need to create more jobs and we need to skill people up. And so I would want my kids to do that. I would want my kids to be job creators as opposed to employees. That's really what I would want. And I'd also want them to create jobs to such an extent that they don't exploit the environment. My question has always been, when is enough money? And the fact is that I want my kids to know when enough money is, so that you put back